Hey kids, Inverted Cow here. Welcome back to Empyrion. Where are we today? Well, we're here. I have done a little bit more loving um, to the Viper. Put some stripes on it, give it some texturing, give it some minor painting. Have a look here. Jump up real quick. I adjusted the landing gears on the back so they're just small landing gears now because I was not liking the fact that the nose was not touching down. I moved the cockpit back. I actually shuffled the cockpit from this location back slightly. Kind of trying to go more for the look of the originals, but also I was hoping to realign the viewpoint. Now, when I fly it, the viewpoint kind of orientates here and just catches the tip of the tail and the nose. It gave me a little bit extra distance on it. The other thing I did is I made, for lack of a better term, this is a tunnel rat. Get back off here for a second. It's essentially, it's an open seat, just a set of thrusters, armor plating, a pair of rocket launchers, and a pair of Gatling guns. It's got two large thrusters behind it. I want to test this on a planet to see how it handles. It's really not meant for flight. For any kind of serious flight. It is meant to basically go through some of these armored bases. If I jump out of here real quick here, you can see it's a small vessel, not a hover vessel. I'm on the ground, okay. I tried putting armor plating on underneath, but the problem is that landing pad will not lock with armor plating underneath it, so that's something I have to keep in consideration. I've got two small thrusters facing down, although I'm thinking I may need to actually add one more. I have two large thrusters facing back because I want to be able to hover with the nose facing down and literally pummel on the base with rockets if I have to. That being said, I might do is, if it turns out that I can't fly on the ground very well, I will take this large thruster out and I'll put a small thruster down and a small thruster forward. So that's something I'm going to keep in mind. Other than that, it's light. It's basically armor plating around everything, core in the middle, open seat, open cockpit, which is a one-wide cockpit, which really made it handy. All the basics, just essentially one of everything except for the RCS units. I have 4 of them. And I'm thinking I might need to do is take 1 or 2 out. I've got 2 ammo crates. I've got a refrigerator, a cargo box, an oxygen generator, an oxygen box, fuel tank, and that's about it. It's not exactly meant for really any kind of real flight or space flight or combat or anything like that. It's meant for getting into one of those nasty little bases and punching a hole to the core. I'm really not happy with the performance of having to use this harvester or scavenger truck or that modified one. This one is designed specifically for getting into and around in one of those little bases. It's as small as I possibly can make it, as short as I can make it, and as narrow as I can make it. I mean, I could have made it 2 seats wide, just simply take all the stuff off the side, but then it would be 3 blocks high. If I take the armor plating off the side, because I don't know, a lot of stuff doesn't shoot at me in bases except for turrets. If I took the armor plating off the sides, I would probably make it that much smaller. I mean, its hitbox basically states that it's like 5 blocks wide by 3 blocks high, or 4 blocks high, I guess, because of the landing pad. But it's not. It's just over 3 blocks. It's basically almost 3.5 blocks wide, and just over 2 blocks high, like 2 1/3 or 2 1/4 blocks high. It's not really, like, the hitbox on it is very small, and I should very easily be able to shovel it into some tight squeezes. I want to see how that fits in some places. But we are here by the moon, and I figure, why not take this out? And I'll show you what it looks like from the third perspective. I mean, you can still see just the nose cone, but it's a little bit nicer. So I'm going to take this down, and we're going to fly around the moon real quick and have a look-see. Oh, I can see the pole. Okay, so let's go this way. So basically, yeah, I'm just going to fly around the moon real quick here and see if I spot anything of interest, and I'll pick it up when I have completed a couple of orbits, and we'll bring the capital ship down for a landing. I don't like leaving that in space right now because it's still using a lot more fuel than I'd like to have to replace. Okay, ran into our first bit of drone opposition. Clean that up real quick here. Come on, thank you for the spare parts. Oh my word. Okay, we've ran into a whole bunch of rocket drones around that crash ship, and I'm not really in the mood to keep fighting in the dark with them, so let's keep on exploring. We're just gonna, I think we were headed eastward. I'd like to have a artificial horizon at least on this thing, so you could at least see what you were going. Distance to orbit, that's what I want to watch. Countdown. The only problem with doing the explorations on these moons and planets and such is when you're on the dark side, you can't see squat. last thing you want to do is get stuck in combat over on that side of the moon. It's just too hard to identify what you're doing. So far, the only thing I've found on the planet has been that crashed ship. So I'm going to keep searching. See if I can do another orbit. Oh, there's a structure that wasn't there before. What are you? Silicon deposit. That's what I'm curious about. Drone base. Okay. So we found the drone base anyway. Let's start. Keep on searching, I guess. Going back into the dark side again, so it's going to be hard to see anything. Okay, we returned back to orbit here. Good scout of the planet. I didn't of the moon here. I didn't really spend. I didn't really find anything of very substantial interest. I mean, there's a drone base, a large crashed ship, and there was a logistics center. That was all I found on the planet or on the moon there of any kind of interest. So what I'm going to do is I'll quickly just take the capital ship here, and I'll head down to the moon, and I think what I'll do is I'll just land close to that crashed ship, and we'll go from there. Maybe what I'll do is I'll zip over and knock out the that drone base at some point, just to get rid of it, just to have it stop shooting at me, but probably just send the shuttle over. Okay, we're just going to bring this down and see what we can see. Again, you can't turn these guns off. Sometimes they just go crazy like this, and there's no reason for it, and you can't shut them off. What are you wasting ammo on? It's like it's probably trying to shoot that drone that's already destroyed. Come on, up, up. Oh, I hate this ship on... Seriously, what are you shooting at? Okay, it's going to keep wasting ammunition. I'm going to turn it off. And we'll figure something out here. I can't see anything right now, so I'm just going to turn this ship on. Which has the best lights. My guess is it's trying to shoot the core, or it's trying to destroy this rocket drone. Okay, good. We've managed to make it through the nighttime here. We can see a little bit more of what's going on. I've landed the carrier down here, but I don't know, it was going crazy shooting on something here. I don't know what. I turned off the power for a moment and see if that helps. But now that it's daylight, I can see what's going on. So I'm going to just land here real quick. Come on. Fine, be that way about it. And we'll turn this ship back on. Okay, I don't hear the turrets going crazy now, so that's a good sign. So what we have over here is the crashed ship. Again, it's probably just got a little bit of good loot in it and some odds and ends. It's going to mean probably an hour or so of drilling to dig through. The other thing we found on the moon here was the drone base, which is just coming into daylight from the looks of things. And I'm thinking I'm going to just take the I might just take the whole ship over there, the whole shooting match, so to speak, and park it nearby and just go destroy that base. Because I'm not in the mood to play around with drones while I'm mining. What weapon? Seriously, is annoying. There is no weapon you are to be firing at this time. That is something that I really do hope that they plan on implementing, is the ability to group and terminate controls for various weapons and such in one click. It's like, don't keep getting a pop-up warning about shooting a weapon when there's nothing to shoot. Okay, so let's bring up a map here. Drone base is southwest of us. And I'm seriously beginning to think that these weapons, they lock on a drone. They don't care if it's destroyed or damaged or what. They just keep shooting until it disappears. I see it's picking up drones all over the place here. They come within range. Probably stacks of drones out in the desert or out in the moon surface all over the place here that are downed. Not going to reach those two. But it's almost daylight now. I'm going to drone mode here. Get back in the ship. I want to see if I can spot the weapons turrets on this thing. There we go, that looked like an explosion. Okay, let's go down a little bit and take a closer look. I got gun turrets. I have gun turrets. Alright, let's see what else we got going on. Else want to shoot at me? Oh, something over there. It wasn't an offer, that was a question. Okay, I seem to have knocked out the hostilities on this drone base for the time being. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab the capital ship, I'm going to bring it over here, and that's going to wrap it up for today. Next episode, I'm going to knock out this drone base, and I'm going to go investigate that crashed ship off camera, I think. Okay, well, that's going to do it, kids. I'm going to save here. I'll end here for this episode. I want to say thanks all for watching. Next episode, we're just going to take out that drone base. I'm going to record it, and we'll see if it's if there's anything of interest in there. I'll cut it down, make a short episode out of it, or if it's actually a real serious base, I'll probably take that tunnel rat thing that I made and take that inside. So thanks all for watching, kids. See you next episode, and good night for now.